Welcome everyone. So today you will have a group discussion based on the questions I have prepared. Just will take you to the Git repo. This is the repo we use. That's the Python Spring 2021. So let's have, I think I put some questions here. So
Question.
yes,
uh, Should you be sharing something now?
I think I forgot to share the screen again. Okay, guys, then I think I forgot to share the screen. I hope you must see my screen now. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. So today you will work on a group, and this is a revision of the previous lesson. So I think I will give you 20 minutes to work on these questions. So you don't have to invest too much time, but just go through each of them. Yeah. For instance, this doesn't take that much time, and this doesn't take that much time. Maybe this may take some time, and this is also somehow takes some time. And you should have this. So I will share with you on the Telegram group, and you have to open it. You may not see this when I send you to the break out room. Okay. Okay, then let's divide this group into four. Mm. Did someone send some message? Okay. There are some guys you have to join the group. Ontario and welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the group work or the group discussion. So we will spend some time solving or giving answer for these questions. So I prefer working on VS Code. So I have to open the VS Code. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I have to open my file. I think it should be somewhere here. Yeah, you know it. So I will call this one maybe uh, uh, group work, group work or whatever .py. I'm not sure if the Python extension I have because I was installing for a demo for other students to show. Do I have it still? Yeah, okay. It seems everything is intact, so I don't need to install an extension. So these are the questions, and I have to go all the way. Write a short description of what a programming is. By the way, did I share my screen? Yeah, do you see my screen, guys? You see?
Yes.
Okay, great. So write a short description what a programming is. Okay, I think by now you should know. You may say, for instance, a program. I think it's better way to say a program is a set of instruction that can be executed by computer, yeah, to solve some task. But it's a set of instruction which can be executed from top to bottom. So I think this is good enough. List down some of the importance of Python programming. Oh, that is nice. I think by now you should know to develop a desktop application. Okay, this I missed the K. A desktop application, and it could be also as in a server-side programming. Server-side what does that server-side programming do actually? You may have okay, I think I want to really like go deep in this. Maybe it's important. Okay, so I can show something. Where is this? The drawing tools. Yes, so let's do this. I have one box here, and I may have another two boxes, and I may say this. Okay, yeah, now I may call this one maybe just the front end technology. Front end technology. Yeah, I have white, so white. That's okay. I will maybe I can just, I don't know how to use this tool properly. It doesn't matter. That's not the main. And here I may say like server side programming language. Okay. And how do I, yes, and I want the color to be white because it's really hard to, whatsoever. Anyway, that color, and at least you managed to see it, right? And we may have some text here, and I call this database. How many boxes do you see, guys?
3.
Oh yes, of course, there are 3 boxes we have. So this is the front-end technology. Whenever we talk about the front-end technology, actually a website that users can interact, can touch, can use. So they can log in. When they log in, or sign up, when, for instance, it's better to say sign up. When they sign up, their data will be registered in the database. So how do we connect this database with this front end? Usually we need one server-side programming language to connect this with this. So this is actually kind of a middleware. So server-side programming language allows you to interact between the front-end technology and the database. How does it work? Usually, can I draw some? Let me try. Oh, yeah, good. This is really good. So I'm a user and I send the request to the server, and the server what? And then the server actually interacts a kind of this. There is interaction. So we call this actually requests. Yeah, a request. Oh no, I can't really write properly, but I hope you read it. And then we request and then we get data from the service. So this is a kind of a cycle. Then we call this response. So guys, I'm taking you to the web programming side. Sorry for that, but this is very important. Response. So yeah, this is the request response cycle, and it used the HTTP protocol. That's a kind of a network protocol in which that a client, this is the client, and the server communicate. So yeah, this is the whole communication in the between a client and a server. But sometimes when when we say a client, what is that client actually? For instance, me here sitting, I'm a client. Well, let me just make it somehow. Okay, let me just do it differently. I can, so for instance, this is the website. When I'm accessing this as a client, I am fetching this data. So that means from the server side, in this case, from GitHub's server to fetch the data stored this, yeah, this data, the data we see. Yeah. So as in a user, as in a client, I can see it, and the server store the data. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. So if you have a question, I can handle here, but if you don't, I am about to remove it. Do you have any question from here before I delete it? Okay, it's clear. Clear or my drawings. Okay, so we can server-side programming. Python could be a server-side programming. Node, Java, those are the databases, SQL, MongoDB, all those. Other data analysis and machine learning for robots. Yes. It's a general purpose language which can be used almost for anything. What version of the Python are you using? You may use, I don't know, but the purpose is you have to come here and you have to write Python. I think that doesn't, it just opened the Python. So what's going on there? Yeah. So I should have written Python the long way version. So to check, as you can see now, I am using Python 3.92. Yes. The reason why I saw that sometimes some software or applications use the short, but when I write this for Python, I got something. Yeah, for instance, I'm using Node, but you don't have to. It's Node is another server-side language. So let me just exit from this. So I'm using a server currently 3.9.2. What code editor are you using? I'm really in favor of VS Code, and I'm using VS Code. I strongly recommend you to make yourself familiar with this, and you really get lots of benefit for using. There is PyCharm, other lots of things, but this is really good. Atom or others. I will also teach you how to use Jupyter Notebook, but we will come to that later. So VS Code is good enough for me. Not good enough, it's actually very, very good. What's the Python interactive shell? And again, the Python interactive shell can be opened by writing Python here. You can open it like this, or you can open it from the command line, the command prompt, and then you write Python or just py. Now you can write like this, print hi Python, yes, whatsoever. Yeah. So since you are in the Python interactive shell, even you don't have to write the print function, you can just say, hi everyone. And then just 1 + 1, everybody knows, and it's 2. Yeah, now you know it. So let's exit from here and also exit from the command prompt. Great. So what's the Python interactive shell? The Python interactive shell is actually a shell that allows you to write a Python script. How do you open the Python interactive shell and how do you close it? And I think you saw it already, so we don't have to do that. What's the extension of the Python script file? By now, everybody should answer this. Of course, you should. Oh, yeah, you should answer that. So .py, yes. Oh yeah, so we finished this. It was so simple, and now let's talk about functions. Yeah, as we may understand from the name function, the literal meaning or the English definition or meaning of function is actually a purpose. A purpose of yes.
Savin, I'm sorry. Question before proceeding to functions. Can you share us your experience on? You have already installed the Python extensions in your VS Code. Can you tell us those extensions which are very relevant and quite useful for us?
I think we.
I'm sorry. Yeah, since I love your VS Code environment because you added some additional extensions, right?
Mm,
Like
yes. Oh yeah. I use for it because I use my VS Code not only for Python purpose, for JavaScript and for other purpose. For that purpose, I add different things now and then. So my VS Code might not look the same as yours, but if you installed the Python, this one, as you can see, 35 million users. And if you have this one, I think you are good enough. And another Python linter, I think we did that, lint. Python lint, pylint maybe. I don't know, a lint. I think even this might have already Python lint. Python lint actually, or linters means something which clean your code. You don't have to format yourself. Instead, that the linter will take care of. And even actually, my theme is this one. Maybe as you can see, if you come in color theme, you can change the different color. For instance, we can change to white if you want. This is more of a look, nothing to do with functionality. So VS Code, but I think mine is Dracula. So if I change it to Dracula, yes, I think I will let you know when there's important extensions which is for Python, but now nothing came to my mind. I think this one is good, bracket pair, this one. Have you seen this one is purple? Purple. And this is, as you can see, a yellow or orange. So it's easy for the eyes to read your code. So bracket pair is really good. Which one is more popular? This one, 2 million, 2.2, and this one is 4. So I think go for the first one. Yeah, I think let's get back to the question. Where are we? Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's get back. So where are we? Functions. Functions. So for a purpose of doing something. So what's function? Functions are actually a block of codes that help you to perform a certain task. Maybe I have to write a block of code that allows you to perform a certain task. It could be adding two numbers or multiplying or making a square. And then just function can be divided into two built-in functions and the custom functions, right? At least 10 built-in functions. And now I have to take you to the here. So let's write a comment and then built-in functions. Yeah, so you can start from print. Print is by itself a built-in function. I just love Python. So you use the print built-in function. Maybe you can print the length of the string Python. Yes, or maybe print and again type of number this. I'm expecting, what do you expect from this result, guys?
Just to know the data type that is int.
Yes, it's a data type and you have to expect yes. And then maybe a name, for instance, or age, input. Now I'm using the input, enter your age, and then I'm expecting some number or for user input from this. And then maybe I can use the absolute value, print absolute value of -10. But do you have to remember all this? No, because built-in, even in the 30 days of Python, if you can, some of the built-in functions, you got all of them at once in here. So you don't have to remember all of those. Yeah, but just a kind of, for instance, we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if we go print round 9.81, what's the round of this? The rounding of this value?
10.
Yeah, it's going to be 10, yes. Round and the sum of, or the maximum of max 1, 2, it could be 2, 5, and it could be -5. What's the value for this? And, oh no, undo please. And mean, you can change this to mean. So I could say the maximum of this based on my understanding this, and the minimum of this is going to be -5, yeah? And again, we can even sum these values. If you remember, sum, but the sum actually doesn't take such kind of arguments. It should be a list, if you remember. So I have to change it to a list. If you want to run all these codes, let's just run and see. Yeah, so as you can see, the first one, I just love Python. And then the length, as you can see, I can see 2, 2, yeah, 6, yeah, class of int. And it's expecting me an age, and my age, and everybody knows if you read, what's my age? If you read 30 days of Python, what's my age? Tell me.
250.
Oh, yes, everybody knows that. Okay, great. So, yeah, it takes everything, and now we got this data. I think we don't have to spend too much time there because this is very, very elementary for you, right? So let's just move. I don't know, but I feel that way somehow. Maybe I don't know my students. Anyway, let's move on. So we did. What's the use of comment in programming? Maybe I think it's important to take these values, but we have already group work answers, so I don't have to make people lazy by putting all the answers here. What's the use of a comment in programming? So the use of a comment is actually, tell me, to make the code readable, maintainable, and just to leave some remark or information.
Or as a documentation, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So like readable, maintainable. So though it's documentation, then you can read and maintain and reuse. Readable, I think, maintainable and reusable. And to make the code readable, maintainable, maintain. Okay. Write a single line. Yeah, you know, guys. So you just use the hash and followed by some text, right? Yeah. And then multi-line Python comment. Actually, Python doesn't have a multi-line comment, but we can use this the string operation, the string. Someone also was telling me that no, there is
the triple string quotation.
Yes. Yeah. So we can just use this where, and now we can write the comment goes in here in multiple lines. Yeah, so it looks good. So it's a very good documentation. Most of the time it will be used for a documentation. Okay, are we running out of time? So yeah, we finished data types. List out the data types you know and give one example for each data type. So I have to go here and then we have to write the data types. Write data types. Tell me, guys, what data type do you know? Number.
Yeah, numbers. Yeah.
Yes, and then you have the int and the float and
string.
Both and the complex, and then as you said, you have a string. Yes.
And list, dict.
Yes, boolean, and
boolean.
As you said, set, tuple, and list. Dictionary. And as you said, first should be list here. Yeah, some kind of. These are actually the core Python data types. So I will just show you a is equal to 10, and you know this is, yeah, maybe age. That's, I can put my age, and then let's go for a float. And the best example for float for me is gravity or pi. Yes, everybody knows gravity, and without gravity no one lives anyway. I don't know. If you want a complex number, just say complex, and I just complex. I can write 1 plus 1j. This is just an example. And a string. Let's language. What language are we learning? Python. Just it's a string. And a boolean. Are you married? Is married. Yeah, true. Is light on or off? On now. Yeah, such kind of just. So those are lists. Okay, a list of something, a list of names, a list of countries, a list of presidents, a list of shopping, a list whatsoever, or list of fruits. Oh, I love fruits. Who doesn't? And my favorite is, what's my favorite fruit? Tell me if you read 30 days of Python. Anyway, no, it's hard to know that. But
okay.
Avocado, guys, it's more of tropical fruits. Sorry, orange. Just a list of fruits here, and an apple and a banana. Actually, a banana a day. Keep the doctor far away. Not just an apple a day anyway. Okay, that's an old cliche. That has been changed a long time ago. Fruits. Have you seen this list of fruits? List is so easy. Just a list of something, a list of numbers, a list of names, a list of countries. So we have list, and then set. Actually, set's like, if you remember, set's a collection of things, so we don't repeat. So for instance, nums, a collection of, for instance, -3, -2, -1, -0, 1, 2, 3. I think this is enough. What do you see here? A list of what? Tell me, guys. These are list of
All numbers.
list of integers, because as you can see, they all are integers. So these are list of integers. This list doesn't allow repetition. We will come to list in detail, but just for the time being. Tuples. Let's change this to a tuple actually. If the difference between list and the tuple, we change this to this. Listen, different. So this is a tuple, and this is a set, and this is a list. So then it's easy to associate, right? Fruits list, numbers set, and nums tuple. And a dictionary. A dictionary is actually, for instance, I can go for countries, and for instance, name. Name, of course, Finland, and city, Helsinki. So population 5.6, this is in millions, something like this. So have you seen some kind of a key and a value, a key and a value, key and a value? So for the time being, just this is good enough, because we are also heading to that. That's why I'm now just touching it. Grr. Yes.
What is the difference between set and list?
Yeah. No, I'm coming to that. The difference between two.
Set and tuple. Sorry.
Yeah, set and tuple. Yes. Yeah. You can close the mic. There's a noise. So this one doesn't allow duplicate values. Duplicate value means, for instance, I can't do something like this. If you do something like it doesn't store it, you can do it, but it doesn't store. So it select unique values. So it doesn't store. Do you remember the definition of the definition of set in mathematics, like the elementary definition? Do you remember? Set in mathematics, it's the same as that. In mathematics, we said set is a collection of things, or items, and then we can say elements. The element could be 1, 2, 3, 4. How many elements does this set have? 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yes, as you said, 4. How many elements do we have at B?
4.
Yes, and also we can do actually union, intersection, and all those things. But I think I will do this one when we learn this part, the set part. But this set is actually the same concept as the mathematics, so we can say A union B, A intersection B, A without B, A complement B, the symmetric difference between A and B, or some kind of those. Yeah. So reimagine the Venn diagram. Okay, I may take you to mathematics Venn. Is that the Venn diagram? I don't know. Venn diagram. Yeah, but specifically set. Yeah, so we have, this is the universal set, and you have set A and set B, and this everything together is the union, and this is the intersection, and this part is actually B without A, and this part is A without B, this part. And then which one was the symmetric difference between A and B, and we will come to that one. That means the symmetric difference means A without B union B without A, some kind of that. So you don't have to remember all this kind of things, okay? We don't change the joy of Python to something boring, okay? Oh yeah, let's get back to the fun part. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why does it have in a tuple where there is like parentheses and then the set has braces?
Okay.
The brackets are different.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because now I brought this thing in the wrong time, and I have some questions which I can't answer, and if I answer also make confusion more. Okay, but I have to explain that. Okay, tuples are immutables. Once if we create them, we cannot mutate them. Do you understand this statement, by the way?
Yes. That cannot be modified. That cannot be modified, right?
Yes, we can't modify it. So it's a very simple kind of data structure. We create it once and it will be just like that until the end of the application because it is immutable. But and these states, they are mutable. They are mutable, but they don't have order actually. They don't have a specific order. They are just, but they are mutable. And these lists, they have order. This has the 0 index, 1 index. They have their own order. They are mutable. And the most common data structure is list. Okay, most of the time you may, but most of the time, whenever you come across with a problem, just imagine list, and a list can solve it. Change it to a list and a dictionary, because most of the problems end up to a list and a dictionary, or a list of dictionaries. And when we start that part, it will be clear. They have their own purpose. Okay, so where are we now? Now we're done with the variables. You know how to declare variables, so you do it. What's an assignment operator? And everybody know this is an assignment operator. We may have a variable and we assign a certain value to that variable. That means we're asking that variable to store data at a certain memory location. What are the Python arithmetic operators? And you know them: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus, that means the remainder, and the power of, that's the exponential, those comparison, those the greater than, less than, yes, this kind of this, and maybe also this, and maybe you can also this, and even sometimes you may use note to negate some, but it's a kind of a logical operator. In the logical operator we have and, as in a word, and or, and then note. Yeah, these are so simple. Get user input, we have used already. Enter your birth year and enter the current year, and it gives you the age. Maybe I think this might be important. Let's do it. So age of, enter, but we have at some point here, we wrote it, I remember. I can just get this down. So I call it birth year. I don't need this. And then current year, and just the copy and paste, but I don't be too much copying. I enter the current and the above, enter. Yes, so we have two variables. This user input will be stored here, and this one will be stored in here. So the age will be the difference between now, current year, minus the birth year, right? So, but this may raise an error. Let's try.
Yeah, because the data type conversion, right?
Yes, so we have to cast it to, yeah, the data you get from the user, usually it's a string. Let's give it, for instance, I was born in 1920, as I told you, and now it's 1920, no, it's, oh yeah, because read it, guys, whenever you get something like this, unsupported operands. What's operands means? This is one operand and another operand. So this string operands, they were trying to do some subtraction operation, but it's not possible. You may change it to int or float. So in this case, since it's an age, so we change it to just an int. Int, I just change it to int by wrapping like this, int now, and then let me just print the age. I can, what did I touch? That's strange. 1920 and 2021. 101. Yes, I made it. Great. So F, like you are, and then just you do this age, years old. And then let's say again, 1920, and I think 2020 is very good to make it just 100. You are 100 years old. Yes, such a very good age. Okay, let's go to the questions. So are you okay? Okay, I have to ask a question. Did you understand this question? Yeah, did you understand how I solve it? Need answer for this. Okay, just type one for me. Did you understand how I solved this? Was it easy? Yeah, I'm expecting. So if you don't type one, that means I may think that you have a problem to understand it, or you don't. Okay, so you don't have to solve it by yourself, but what I'm asking is, did you understand when I was solving it here? So what you need, you just get the data from the user, convert it to integer, and yeah. So if you didn't understand, it doesn't matter, because this is similar question. Let's do it. Yeah. Sometimes I can write a small script that can calculate the weight of an object on the planet Earth. I think we should write it this. Yeah. The program asks a user to enter mass and calculate the weight, and actually the gravity unit 9.8 I should have given, but it's okay. So take this, copy to just make it a bit faster, and then I have to really close the other. We don't need those. Yeah, I go here. This was the question or the format we are supposed to produce. So enter your weight. Instead, I should have said it mass, okay? Mass. Then mass, you can say, just copy this one and int, because now I believe that you know it already, how to do that. And even I can duplicate this again, because you never know. But if we want this script to calculate for all the planets, I should have gravity also. But if it's only for moon, I mean for Earth, we don't need another. But let's just take gravity too, you know. We may move to the moon or somewhere else. Gravity. Yes, and now we calculate weight of the body, and that's so easy calculation by gravity. And we print your F, that's formatting. Your weight is this much. Oh no, what was that? Wait. I'm a bit fast because I believe this is a revision. Okay, let's do it. So let's give this 1927, still the previous input is asking me 2020, and now I am about to calculate 75 kilogram and the gravity 9.81. Invalid. So you should read this. Invalid literal for int with space 10. Yes, because I give it this. So it should be
Lots.
loads. Even at the top, float, because someone could be, yeah. I have to run this again. Okay, 1920, or I have to comment that out. And now 75 and 9.81. As you can see, your weight is 735 point, and we can round it. Okay, round it to, we don't need it, maybe to one significant digit and in Newton. And I don't want to get, I don't want to be asked now and then by that, so I want to comment it out. 75, 9.81. As you can see, it's formatted very well. Maybe I think, is it, can you see this? Yes, maybe if you want to go to the moon, gravity, 1.62. So now let's go to the moon. 75 or 1.62. Asabena is 1.1.5 Newton weight in the moon or at the moon, whatever. So great. I think I'm doing just the same simple thing. Oh yeah, this is quite a lot. If we are doing this, we spend, that's so we have to be selective. Do you have any choice? Can you tell me any of the questions? Let's go through. For example, concatenate the string Python for everyone. So actually I'm asking you to do this. Print just to use class. Yeah, this is what I'm asking you. And after this, I don't need this. I have to comment it out. And then you should get Python for everyone. But have you seen the problem? I have to use something like this. Or it's, no, I can, or I have to do another way of concatenation, yeah? So, you know, this is so simple, so I don't, I think I don't have to come here. I have here already. Concatenate the string coding for all to a string coding for all, and it's the same. Declare a variable name company and assign it to an initial value coding for all. So what's the company and coding for all? Okay, great. Company value coding for all. Yes. Then what am I going to do? Print company using us. So yeah, I've been printing, right? Print the links of the company using len. Yeah, even I'm giving you method here. Change all the string to the capital letter using uppercase, lowercase, or capitalize. Title, swap the cases. method to format the value stored in the variable name. Yeah, slice out the first word of the company string. I can do that. Okay, slice out. So actually we count from 0. It's like a list. So to slice out this, you can do print company and the 0 index like this. And then by now I should get the C. And if I want L, print company, yeah, I can use index like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, that was, I did in a hard way. As you can see, L, but we can also do print company and then -1. If we start from the other side, from the right side, it's -1. If you start from this, it's 0, the index. So -1 should give me this value. Yeah, great. So slice out the fluid, check if the string contains a word coding using the method index or other methods. Okay, index, let's see. So what's this, the company? What we check actually, print company dot index, and then you just give coding. So let's check if it has. As you can see, it gave me 0. It means actually this word starts at the index 0. Then let us see 4, like maybe O, just the letter O. I think it's 0, that one. So what value are you expecting based on the previous example? What value are you expecting from this? I'm targeting this one. So if it gives me 0, 1, so the index, this one is C is 0 and this one is at 1, so I should get 1, as you can see. Okay, maybe if I'm targeting G, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it should give me 5. Yeah, so but if it is not here, do we have Z in here? Do we have Z? Do we have Z, guys? Everybody's quiet.
Nope.
No, there's no Z. So I think it should give us -1. Actually, note it's in the index. Actually, it just fails when there is no value. But in JavaScript, it gives you -1. So substring not found. So to avoid this, first you have to check. How do you check? We learned if 0, no, O in company do something, yeah, print do something. So now, so this will be printed out, the do's, yeah, but I have to first remove this or comment out. Yeah, do something. But if I do this Z, no, the reason why, because this is not going to be inside the company and you don't see that value. So the result you get, if that value exists from 0 to, yeah, some integer from 0 to any integer, it's not going to be negative. If it's not there, it fails. So you have to have such kind of a checkup. Okay, replace the word in the coding for all to Python using replace other methods. Replace the word coding in the string coding for all to Python for all. Yeah, so Python for all. So we replace the word coding into the string to Python. So we change it to Python for all. Okay. So this is how you change it. Print company dot replace. First, what are we going to change? The coding with a Python. So this is the old, this one, and the new is going to be here. So it should give us, that's strange. That's very strange. Python for all. That's great. Where are we? Split the string coding for all at the space using split method. So you go print company and then you just split it at the space and then you will have 3 words as in a list. Oh yeah, have you seen now? We chop that string into now a list. Oh, wow, no, that's not what I was supposed to go. Great. I will speed it up, and in 10 minutes you will have a break. Okay. Create an acronym or an abbreviation for the name coding for all. Huh? I think this would be very difficult if you don't know. Look, why I put it here. Huh? Let me think. Yeah. Okay, I think it's better if we do it a bit later, but this is how we write a loop for, actually now we splitted this value already. I may show you, this is a splitted list. For word in this list, we can print each of the words, and now we are almost starting 4, but actually formally we will start a bit later. Coding for all. Now I can extract each of them by using the first word, CFA. So as you can, CFA. Now acronym. Just let me just create an empty and then I can concatenate this. Okay, how? Let me just concatenate with that. And we can concatenate with this, and then we don't have to print here. Let's print the acronym here, or the abbreviation, guys. So by now I should get CFA, CFA. Don't worry about this, we will come to that later. Okay, use index to determine the position of the first occurrence of C in coding for all. We saw that already. Use index to determine the position of the first occurrence of F in coding. We saw R refined to determine the position of the last occurrence of L in the coding for all. Okay, great. This is very important, so I have to show you. Yeah, so I think instead I have to rephrase. How many O's do we have in this, the company, I mean, in this string? How many O's do we have?
2.
2. Okay, the first O, at what index do we have the first O?
1.
1. Great. And this one, I have to count it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to count the empty space. So 6, 7, 8. So if I do print company, oh no, company dot index, if I do this and O, it gives me only the first index of the first O. If I have the second or the third, it doesn't care. Just it gives me only the first one. So let me, so I'm what do you expect from this then? Yeah, 1, as you said, 1. As you can see, 1. But actually, we can use this find to find give us actually why this, let me, yeah, have you seen it gives me 8. So R find actually the last O. So R means right, find it from the last. So the last, yeah. And let me also show you just by adding something. I can add just some, okay, can I add something here? For instance, Z, I have a copy, just added Z, or maybe F. Not B, okay, let's just add B. I'm trying to find the B. Do you think I will get B, this B? Do you think I will get? No, because it's case sensitive. It should be, so I am expecting 0 because but actually, if I have also another B at the end somewhere here, the R find, instead of this, it will give me the value of this index. Now the 0 will be different. Yeah, 15. So that means the last, if you count, this will be 15. Yeah, great. Okay, where are we? I think you guys just go through it. It will be never ending, so even it's tiring for me, and you can just deal with it. Some of the things are somehow, yeah. What was someone told me at the very beginning, the 30 days of challenge, so exhaustive and tiring. Yes, I believe so. But it just help you to memorize it in a hard way, or in like muscle memory they call it, so it will become second nature. So yeah, do you have any question you may choose from here? I think we have to have another 10 minutes break, and then after that just we will start lists, and we move on from that. So please have cup of coffee or tea whatsoever, and come up with a refreshed mind. Yeah, see you after 10 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. So I hope you're around. So let's start today's lesson. We should stop the revision. So we will go through lists, loops, and functions. We don't have to talk about these tuples and sets and dictionary. So most probably this will move to week 4. Yeah, so great. Yeah, maybe before even we write starting code, what do you think, a list from the word itself? So yeah, what do you think? What's a list?
It is a collection of things in an ordered manner. Yeah.
It's a collection of data types in an ordered manner. Yeah, that's good. It's a collection of numbers, a collection of names, a collection of strings, a collection of some data types in an ordered manner. Yeah, so that's the list. So we can create a list. It could be an empty, and then we can add, we can remove, we can delete some of the items from the list. So it's a collection of different data types. And if you go to a shop and if you start buying things, so you have a shopping list, the items, even first you create before you go to the, okay, what am I going to buy in the shop? Let's do your shopping list, okay? Maybe a banana, and then a mango, and then onion, and some tomato, and the potato, and the milk, and the meat, and the honey, and the sugar, and the coffee, and the tea. Yeah, so a very good list of items or foodstuffs. I think mango. Oh, it's okay. So yeah, this is good. Now let's go to today's section, and I will create a folder here, and I call it week 3. What is that? Really? It doesn't matter. Okay, I want to create, and the list is .py because I want to talk about what is list, and as we wrote, list is a collection of different or the same data types in ordered way. Great. So let's make it simple. So nums, and this is a collection of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it simple. And then we can print the nums, and let's see how it looks like. Yeah, we printed it. So this is the structure of a list. You need the square bracket, and then inside the square bracket, you can put as many items you have. Okay, now, for instance, how many items do I have here? 4 items. To know the number of items you have, nums, and I should get 4. Yeah. Is it clear so far, guys? It's so easy, right? Yeah. Now let's see if I'm interested to take out this. How do I get this value out? We use indexing. So actually, this one is located at 0, and this one is located at 1, and this one is located at 2, and this one is at 3. So the index starts from 0. So remember, all the time, it's like that. So if I use print, first I have to do this to make it work, because I have to comment this out. So nums, and then if I pass 0 here, actually I'm accessing this value or extracting out. So the value is going to be 1. Okay, 1. Okay, now let's do more. How do I do the second one? How do I extract this out? 0, 1. And then, okay, print nums. And how about this? As you can see, I wrote it already. So you start counting from 0, 1, 2, 3. And if you have another more, 5, and this will be 4. And then if you do the, sorry. Now you tell me, how can I get the 4 out or extract out? Print nums in 1, just, yeah. Tell me, guys.
3.
Yes, 3. That is straightforward. How about if I want to get this out, the last item, print the last item, nums, and
4.
4. Great. And last time also when we were doing this, the nums, we used the negative. Actually, if you come from this side, it will be negative. If you come from this side, it starts from 0. So let me go to this side. So the index of this is actually -1. So -1 should give me 5. So you can do it in different way. You can come from this way or this way, but the most common is from this 0 indexing. And most of the time we use -1 just to take out the last item. Now I have 5. Do you think if I use -2, can I get 4? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes, you can get 4. Yeah, now you know how to access values from a list. Great. Yeah, so what kind of list do we have? Just
An integer.
Yeah, all are integers, but can we make, for instance, 5.5 and maybe just true all of a sudden, and maybe just a sudden all of a sudden, and maybe all of a sudden Finland, and maybe all of a sudden some data, another list even, 0, 1, 2, 3, and maybe all of a sudden a tuple just show up here and 0, 1, 2, 3, and again a dictionary just showed up, and maybe just some kind of name or language, for instance, maybe English or Python. So as you can see, now if I print out, you will see the dictionary, I mean the list. So actually a list can allow us to write inside any kind of data type. This is a very good concept, guys. You have to notice it's not just a list of numbers and it's not just a list of strings, but actually you can store any kind of data type. Yeah, great. I hope that's straightforward. So sometimes when you see a mixture of such kind of things, don't be surprised. Yes, that's the role of a list. Now let's declare a fruit or something, maybe something else. For instance, A may have 1, 2, 3, and B it may have 4, 5, and 6. What do you think the value of C if I do this operation?
It is going to append it.
Yeah, it will be appended. It's a kind of append. So, and a kind of a merging operation. What you see, have you seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah. So you can concatenate like that. Now I want to do some shopping. Yeah, do you remember our shopping list here? We bought some kind of somewhere anyway we have. So let's do the shopping list. Shopping list. And you guys, you may, at least I buy avocado once in a while. I mean, and sometimes mango, and maybe sometimes honey, and sometimes coffee, and sometimes tea, and sometimes sugar. Okay, and maybe meat and milk. I just are arranging them. There's no any order, okay? I'm just randomly putting this together. But maybe I think before even I am adding this, just messed up this, just let's make this simple example and just we will come to this later. And also let's just comment this out. How about if I want to modify this? Can I modify this list, guys?
Yes.
For instance, I want to change the value of 1 to 10. How do I change it? Nums, you target it by the index. What's the index here?
0.
0. And you assign a new value, and it's going to be 10 or 100, whatever you want. Now we did actually the change, the modification, we mutate it. So when someone say mutation, that's actually modifying. Yes, they use just a fancy word to scare people, I don't know. As you can see, it's now 10. Just we modify it. It's not anymore the previous list. Instead, it's modified. Now you help me to change 5 to maybe 500 or maybe 50 or 55 or whatsoever you want. Help me out. How can I change? But before that, let's change also maybe the next one. Help me the next one to change. So if we do this 0, the next one will be 1. And from 2 to maybe 22 or whatever. Now you print nums and actually you will have a new data. As you can see, we changed it. Great. Now let's do more. Maybe the last one. So you help me to change this. Print, not that. Nums.
2.
Yes, someone said 4. Yes, and then the value, whatever you want, maybe 500. So let's check, does it change? Print nums. Guys, does it change?
Use the yellow one only. You listen to me? Yellow, the yellow one. Do the yellow one.
What do you mean by that? Are you here? Okay, please mute that. And as you can see, it's 500. Okay, yeah, it's changed, but guys, now we have a short list and it's easy to count manually. How about if it's really long? It's hard to know the last, right? So it's better to use -1. Let's see, does it change it? Yes. Or another way, last index. How can we calculate the last index actually? We can find the length of this. Okay, length of nums minus 1. Because as you can see, we have 5, but this one is 4. That means 1 minus the length of the list. Yeah? Did you understand this? It's 4. So the last index usually the length of the list minus 1. Is it clear, guys, this expression? I want, because this is very important concept. Can you type?
Yep.
Get it? Okay, so yeah, I hope you got it. So you can use last index here, last index, and then you can just do again. Maybe just to be sure, you can give a new value again, 555, and maybe if you see, we managed to change it. Now you know how to modify a list. But how about if we are interested to add some value in this side, from this side? We use append actually. Let's append nums.append, and then you just add some value. For instance, I want to add 6 after 5. But our 5 is not anymore 5, actually it's updated as you have seen it, 555. So the value is going to be 6 after this. Let's see. No, of course I have to print it out here. Nums. Have you seen? I managed to add 6. How about if I am interested to add multiple values? I can use extend nums.extend, and then you can just use like, okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatsoever, 0, -5. So you can just add anything you have. So you know that list doesn't care. It takes any kind of data type. So print nums. Now these values should be appended in this side. Have you seen? Now I managed to append many items at once. So what did we see so far? Append and extend. This add only one item, but extend actually adds plenty of item once. But how about if we want to remove just items? Removing items. Yeah, maybe I can just create a new list here. New list. Yeah. because this one, since it's modified too much, maybe if it confuses you, let's just create another new list. Okay, so I just call it whatever, 1, 2, 3, but we have only 3. New list. How many items do you have here?
3.
Yeah, we have 3 items, and now let's remove one of the item. If I want to remove 3, actually you do new list dot pop. The pop removes from here. Yeah, print and then new list. So if I told you that it remove from this side, then what are you expecting from this print? 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. Okay. How about if we target it by index? New list and new list, and if we just pop a value, for instance, 0, and print new list, I think. So now when I'm saying actually it's not something from the right side, I am removing by index. So first I have only 2, and then now from this I am actually targeting the value with 0 index, and it was this one. But if I instead, if I give 1, I'm targeting 2, then I will have 1 here. Have you see? So 2 has been removed. Now I have only 1 item. But if you use it just pop, it removes from the right side. If you want to remove specifically by, if you want to target, you can add the index. Okay, let me remove this. For instance, I want to ask you, which value is going to be removed using this expression? What's the value of this printout?
The second element is going to be removed.
Yes, this will be removed out, and then I will be left with 1 and 3. So the value of this is 1 and 3. But from here you get the full list. Yeah, the full list, and then 1 and 3. Yeah, but if you don't want to target anything, if you want just to remove 1 item from this side, that means it removes just this. Great. Yeah, this is data structure, item data structure. Okay, maybe I have to just consult my material and your material here. So how to create a list, and this is one of the way to create a list. Maybe something I didn't show you. You can create a list like this, using the keyword list and then followed by this. Or you can just create it like this. These are either this way or this way. Which do you prefer? It has different, most of the time I use this. And it doesn't matter if you use this or this. That means like this. This is an empty list. And this is also an empty list. Maybe let me show you some trick. For instance, if you have some string text, so what is this? So it's a string. I have a string Python stored at the text variable. So if you put something like this, actually letters, and then I will store this list, and if you put the text in here, actually it's changed this to just the letters. Let's see, print the letters. Have you seen I changed it, the Python string to just list. You don't have to even store, Even you don't have to store it here. If you just want to test things sometimes, you just do on the fly, just list, and then you put it this value here, and I think highlight, then it gives you. Okay, so that's sometimes a way to change strings to a list. And if it just gives mine, okay, for instance, you may have like a B, C, D, E, a B, or maybe A, E, I, O. Yeah, U, this the vowels. Maybe you want this in a form of an array or a list, so, or the whole the consonants or the whole alphabets. So it has some use case sometimes. Okay, we have seen all these things, and maybe we saw that. Okay, unpacking a list. We will come to that list. Slicing item from a list. Yeah. Okay. Slicing is very important, so we have to see. Maybe I think this is too small a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to slice this. To slice, actually, we can do using 2 columns. Print new list, and then you do this, 2 columns. If you do this without any number, the starting and end, if you don't do any, if you don't pass any value here, so it just gives you the whole. I don't need this for the time being. Yeah. As you know, it just gave me. Actually, this is another way of, a very gentle way of copying the list. If you copy it this way, for instance, new list, a copy, and if you put it now, actually, you really copied it properly. So first you got this value, and then you stored it in here. This is a very good copy. Maybe if it's needed anyway. Yeah, you may need it at some point, but it has already a copy method. Now I want to show you how we slice from, maybe let's slice the first item, this one. So where's the first item located? At 0. Then I have to where 0, and then because I want to just slice only this, and if you put the starting point and the end index, I mean the starting index and the end index, this gives you this value, just the first item. How about if I change this 1 to 2, 0, 1, 2, but it doesn't include the last index. As you can see, we have 1, 2. Maybe how about if I change it to 4? It should give me up to here, actually. Up to 4, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it doesn't include this. How about if I'm interested to slice out 3 and 4? Tell me now.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. I'm interested with this. 3 and 4.
Yeah.
0,
first...
1, 2. Yes. Yeah. 2. Yeah. 2 to 4. Yeah. 2 to 4.
Oh yeah.
I think now you should. But if you don't want to stop, if you want to slice out everything from 2 to the rest, you can just remove this, and then it gives you the rest. 3, 4, 5. Oh, why you didn't include the last?
Because we pop out the last one.
Thank you so much. Yes, such kind of things sometimes you don't see. Yes, thank you, Amha, that is good. Yeah, so it was popped out there, so I didn't see it. Yeah, now I think you know how to slice, guys, so you can use this technique. Maybe also, how about if I do such kind of minus 1, 2 minus 3. So that means minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Maybe I make it 5 and 6. What? Actually, the other way. Yeah, it should be the other way. Minus 3, 2, minus 1. 4 and 5. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So minus 3. And it doesn't include the last, the last index, minus 1. So in this case, if you want to include, just you can leave it and you can include, as you can see now. Okay, great, but you don't have to use a combination of this. If you use just the positive way of thinking, that's enough. You don't have to add the negative. So let's run modifying. You learn how to modify checking item in a list. And this is very important. So checking an item in a list, you can say like is 0 in new list. Do you think we have this 0 in new list? Do you think this is going to be true or false? It's false because we don't have print. And let's do this. False, it's not there. But how about if I change this? This is the way of checking membership. Is one a member of this list?
Yes.
Yes. So it's true. And now let's check for 55. Do we have 55 here? No, we have only 5. Let's change to 5 and it should be true. So now you got the point what that means, right? So we check if something is there or not using in some item in some list. Great. Okay. So checking item in a list, adding item to the list. We saw inserting items into a list. We used insert. We didn't so insert. This is very, very good. Okay. For instance, let's take this fruit, a list of fruits. And as you can see, banana, mango, and no, banana, orange, and mango. Let's add apple in here, in between. So what you should do, fruits, dot insert what? Apple, where? Here. So where's this position means actually 0, 1. So if you just put 1, I think we want it to be here, so it should be 2, 0, 1, 2. And then we have to print the fruits.
Savina, I think it should be insert instead of index, right?
Sorry, I didn't see it. It's the vehicle changed. Okay, index. Sorry. Let me read what's happening. Esther object can be interpreted as in teacher. What did I do here?
I think first will be index and then maybe string.
Oh yeah, I changed the order. Okay, guys, the order. So it should be first the index 2, and then the apple. Yeah. So as you can see now, the apple we have at the second index. So if you see 0, 1, 2, so insert is actually a very good way to insert item. Yeah. And maybe let's do one more. How about if I want to put lime next to lemon? Okay, fruit dot insert, and then the index, I can just go -1, and then I can go for lime. So print, and then fruits, and let's see. And now we have a lime. Okay, what did we have? Yeah, so have you seen actually it pushed and then it takes the value of that, the last item. So now it's not anymore, lemon is not anymore the last item. Yeah. Okay, great. So removing item from a list and using the remove. And we have, in this case, whenever we remove, we call the name of the, it's a bit different from the pop, okay? Now, but you don't have to know this method remove. You can use the pop, but knowing the language very well helps you to solve different problems. Remove, now I call by name. Which one? Hey, mango. Mango. I'm just removing it because I call it by name and remove it. But if I was using pop, how do I remove the, I use pop, how do I remove the mango? Tell me. So like a 0, 1, 2, and pass by index. This and this is the same. But now let's go for this one. As you can see, you don't see any mango there. Removing items using pop, we have seen that. Removing items using delete, don't do this. It's not a very good way to do that. But the way you do it is, it's not, we don't really need the delete, but it's possible to delete. I am sure this is not a safe way to delete. And other features can replace this. But for instance, if I want to delete a banana, so fruit is banana, and then use the delete to remove it. So you have orange, mango. Clearing the list. Clearing the list is very important.
Apologies. I was trying to understand why the command fruits insert -1 lime put lime, at least in my list, second last, not last. Whereas the insert 2 apple puts it to the second place, right?
Yes.
So
okay.
Isn't -1 the last slot of the list, right?
Yes. Okay, let's analyze that. So now, what was the second item here? Here.
So that 2 is the third slot in the list, right?
Now 0, 1,
1, so
2.
mango place, yeah.
Yes, so 2. But after you do this operation, mango is not anymore at 2 because apple took the 2, so it will move 1 step.
Yep.
So again, when we do the -1, what is now -1 at -1?
So it always pushes the value forward to the right that
yes.
is replaced. Okay,
yes,
got it. Thanks.
Right. Okay, so now we've been deleting. So I think you got the idea here. So clear. Clearing a list, actually, you wiped out. So list.clear, then you get empty, nothing. Let me show you. Let's run this syntax. So beautiful syntax there, written by some, oh, that's me actually. Okay, crazy. As you can see, empty now. We had 2 items, but now I cleared it out with the clear, very beautiful function, and it's empty. Maybe you may need it. But another way to do the same thing, just you assign it to just another empty list. Why not? It's again the same thing. Copying a list. So I told you it's so easy to manipulate a list. So use the copy method to copy this. So you do this operation. So call this here and then add this. Then you copied actually this, and then you stored it in a new copy variable. Now, for instance, what's the importance, you may say? So I will show you here what I have: a banana. So banana, orange, mango, lemon. So I have here first copy. Yeah. If I do append, no, fruits append in the first fruit, I want to append actually line. So if I do the print, I will print the print later. And in the second copy, I want to append maybe What one? Banana, mango, and we don't have apple. Yes, let's add apple. That gives. Okay, no, let's talk here. Fruits and fruit copy. Yeah. Now let's see what we have. Maybe I can do a break line here, or just print something like that. Why? I can do some break line. No, that's a break line, by the way, to break a break. What's happening? Why I see it everything? Oh yeah, because I print them in one. I see. Okay, what's crazy? Print fruits copy. Let's see. Now, yeah. So in the first one, what I did was lime, right? I have lime. What did I see? Oh yeah, of course it should be like that. It should be like that. So this is not very important because as you can see, I copy it, and it's hard for you understand. That was not a very good example. Now I have this one, but maybe I have to just print the original. So this one is the original. Maybe it's copied already here also. Yeah, this is the original printed out from here, and my copy has apple. I didn't mutate this one, so our original copy will be intact, will be safe. You don't mutate it. So that's the main purpose of.
Just a question.
Yeah.
Can you have this, and on line 68, if you only delete the last part, dot copy and the parentheses, if you delete that, what happens then?
Oh, if you do this, you just, now this is not a very good copy, okay? So if you do this way, you are in danger, you're in a big mess, I would say. So as you can see, your copy and the original are the same now. Whatever you do to the copy, you are actually reaching to the original. That's not a very safe.
Okay, so the assignment thing works both ways.
Yeah, this is not actually, you are just, it refers by reference. I don't like to complicate this one, but what I want you just remember, if you just copy this Y, it's not a proper copying. And as a rule of thumb, avoid completely this kind of copying and you are safe.
And
but there might be cases you do this, like just to copy, but I think it's better to avoid this kind of copy if you are working with dictionaries, if you are working with such mutable lists like set, list, and dictionary. Avoid such kind of copy or assignment. Yes.
If we check just the object ID for fruits and fruits copy, they are the same. So they're referring the same thing. That's why they keep going together. You cannot separate them since we are referring only one object. They have the same object ID. That's why it's not separating the copy with the original.
Yes. Yeah. As Amha said, whenever we copy like this has a reference, a memory reference, this one. And when you bring this here, actually, the memory reference of this and this one will be the same. And any modification affect both. So we don't copy that way. Yeah. So it has some reference attached to that. What they call it. So these are not primitive. non-primitive data types. Primitive and non-primitive data types. Like if it's number, for instance, you have 5, and if you say b is equal to 5, yeah, now I'm sorry, a, now you can do whatever. B is equal to, for instance, a times whatever 5. Then the result of B is not affecting A. So because these are primitive data types like strings, booleans, and numbers are primitive data types, but like list, object, set are non-primitive data types. What does that non-primitive data types? They do have memory reference, or they create a kind of object that refers to a memory location. So they have some reference. So don't do such kind of copy for list and for dictionary and for sets. And yeah, that's good enough. Let's move on because we have to learn. Okay, so this is the plus. We have seen that part. Counting items in a list, list count dot item. This is a very good thing, by the way. For instance, if you see a list and the count gives you the number of item. So how many bananas do we have here? Or orange? They are 1, 1. So 1 times. But what is the number of 24 here? 1, 2, 3. So that's a very good finding index of an item. So list index, and it gives you the number of the index the same as the way we did in a string. Reversing a list using reverse. And again, it's better to copy the data because whenever you reverse, this is also reversed already. Okay, what do I mean by that? I think it's very good to see. What do we have? A list. Let's see this one. Maybe I can take it all the way down, and that will make it easy. So print first new dot reverse, and but as you can see, reverse. So yeah, let's see if that's possible. Print new list. Yeah, it's reversed. Have you seen it? But we don't have now anymore. The original is reversed. It's sometimes so the reverse method actually mutates the original data. So you have to be sure that, for instance, if you came for a job to my company, the first thing I may ask you if you understand this data mutation. Okay, I don't go that much. That tells me quite a lot how much you know. Yeah. So remember, if you deliberately mutate data, that's okay. But if you are just mutating without knowing, I mean, like, that's actually not good. Okay, so let's go sorting lists. And we have seen two kind of sort. The sort and sorted last time, if you remember. Let's just mix this value -2 here, and maybe I can add also 10 here, because now this looks like maybe 25, a mix of numbers. So now new dot list and new list sort, and then if I print now the sort and the new list, I should get, yeah, it's sorted out. And even actually this take another argument, reverse true. By default it's false. As you can see, now I reverse, but this actually also mutate. The best way of doing is sorted. Sorted is a default, a built-in function, and you just pass the new list, and then this actually sort without mutating the original. We have seen this a couple of times, so you have to note the difference between the sorted and dot sort. This is a built-in function, and this is a method. Oh, great. So this needs actually, you have to sort it, at least you have to store it. It needs, it return another list. I think that's the end of the list, and of course we're a bit over times, but I think we need to cover how many people are still. Guys, do you think is it a good idea to cover the last topic, at least the loop, or shall we just call it a day?
I'm a bit tired, so maybe.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. So I could say let's just call it a day. We are not going to learn loops, but for next week, please just try to have this, and then I will release some questions which is going to be included in here, and also try to solve this one, at least the one which you've been working in the group today. Yeah. So how was your learning experience today? Let's rate your experience today from 1 to 10.